So yesterday in our family, we started a conversation talking about paganism and the stars. Because here in New Zealand, we're about to have what the Māori people call Matariki. The reason this started a discussion is because of the relationship between the stars, the heavenly bodies, and the pagan gods. Now don't get me wrong, my goal is not to talk down the cultural value of people uniting and sharing essential time together with their extended family. But I feel it's important to understand where many of our roots come from. The same can be said of Halloween. I think it's no small accident that I'm in the middle of writing a book about these topics. And I felt strongly prompted to begin writing this book just before the recent king's coronation. And I've been covering themes of kings and kingdoms, princes and principalities, as well as family dynasties. In the chapter I'm currently writing called Who Are These Princes? I make the connection between principalities and the gods of the nations. What I'm also passing out is the metaphorical relationship between stars and angels, the various gods who rule over the nations. These are the principalities whom we wrestle against, as opposed to demons which we can cast out. Jesus essentially told his disciples that if you have enough faith, you can throw the present kingdom into chaos. And they did just that. In the first century, the apostles and their followers subdued the pagan gods throughout the Roman Empire through the power of the gospel of peace, proclaiming that the risen Christ had greater power than the local gods the people previously feared. Unfortunately today, we are seeing a rise of paganism, neo-paganism, humanism, and nihilism. Many people are seeking out their ancestral roots and discovering pagan beliefs. In the book of Malachi, it speaks of Elijah at the end of the age turning the hearts of the children to the fathers and vice versa. In Judaism, this is a great thing, as we can now see many returning to the faith of their patriarchs. For us, not so good. If we go back to Celtic paganism or Nordic paganism, etc., we need to remember that more recently, our forefathers embraced Christianity, which brought great peace, moral constraint, and civility. When Christianity swept through the world, the people burnt their books of witchcraft, idols of worship, and felled their Asherah trees. Over the past year, I've heard more talk about returning to paganism than I've ever heard before. This battle is real, and it is spiritual. Hey, please feel free to converse with me if you wish to discuss further these thoughts as I explore them further in the book, and hopefully soon the book will be finished, and it's likely to be called Why Do the Nations Rage? Exploring the divine narrative and the heavenly conflict. And after that, I really feel I'd like to continue and pursue the theme of writing about discerning spirits, and also focus on how to train young men to become spiritual overcomers, not to be violent in the way we challenge what's happening in society, but to overcome spiritual opposition in our own lives, and how to stand strong for the right things and to stand up for the right God, to stand up for our God and Saviour, Jesus Christ, and reflect him in these days. Now, I've also set up a Facebook page with the same title, the same name as this channel, which is Runway Lights NZ, if you want to look that up and follow. And I'm also at the moment sharing on the topic of surrender to Jesus in July. And that's kind of my response to Pride Month, and just wanting to reflect that, you know, those who come to God humbly receive mercy, they receive forgiveness, they can be restored and healed. And I don't want people to continue down this road of pride and arrogance, because as we all know, the famous saying, pride comes before a fall. And what I really want people to do is just fall on your knees before the Lord, fall on your knees, call out to Jesus Christ, and find forgiveness and mercy. And he, by his Spirit, can lead you in ways of righteousness and paths that are good and wholesome. And you can connect with the Creator God who made you and loves you. So thank you for listening. God bless you.